Hello, Lisa. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Hope you guys are.
Doing very well, thanks. I was watching the news last night.
The news?
Inside Edition. Okay, and when I did, I saw this story that really caught my eye, and I thought, boy, Lisa might want to weigh in on this, the legality of this. There's a guy named Alex Cardinale and his wife, Daphne Cardinale. They had a baby a couple of years ago through in vitro fertilization. Now, Chris Demm had to school me on this. I thought they were mixing sperm and eggs and all sorts of stuff. What they do is take the sperm, join it with the egg, and implant the embryo into the wife. So you've got the wife's egg, the man's sperm, outside the body, then implanted. So they did this. They felt like they had a success with it. But as soon as their baby was born, the husband here, Alex, said, I didn't bond with this baby, and I had an instinct, a parental instinct that something was wrong. It was their second daughter. They wanted to have a second daughter. And so when they did, he thought, this is not quite right. And the baby didn't look anything like either one of them. So after it gnawed at him and gnawed at him, finally they had testing done and figured out, not our baby. The company they went to for the IVF, the fertility treatments, had accidentally swapped their embryo with another couple, also in California.
So you got ours.
Yes.
And I got yours.
That's right. And so now the babies, both born healthy babies, are 4 months old. The other couple has not been identified. They're not willing to go on camera. The California Center for Reproductive Health is the clinic in the crosshairs here. And even they're saying, yeah, we thought that might be the case. And so they, after 4 months, decided to swap babies. And the Cardinales were crying on camera, saying, A, we didn't get to bond with our actual baby in the first moments of her life, the first days. B, we did bond with this other baby that's not ours, and then we're forced to give her up. So it was just a terrible thing all the way around, and now both couples are suing the clinic. How much can they expect here, Lisa? Is this a thing where, yeah, it's emotional distress, but it's only 4 months and both babies are happy and healthy? Or is it, oh, you're going to pay through the nose?
Yeah, no, it's the latter. They're going to pay through the nose for this. These verdicts tend to be, even the lower side of them, tend to be between about $1 million and about $3 million. And that's on the lower side. And then there have been some real outliers with some really big verdicts. This summer there was a $15 million verdict against a clinic that lost 5 embryos where someone's husband was dying. So she got some of his sperm and they were going to, try to have a baby. And then he died and the embryos were completely lost. And then there was, in Connecticut, about a year ago, there was a $37.6 million verdict for a mix-up like this. And, so the babies now are about 2 years old. The story is kind of breaking again. There was a little bit of publicity about the story, I think, when it first happened. The one couple that you saw on the news, they've been very vocal about it. The other couple is they're going to try to remain anonymous. But like you said, they bonded with these babies. They missed a whole year practically of their kid's life. And the little 5-year-old big sister, there were actually older siblings in both households, bonded with the wrong baby, and are now kind of traumatized. Like, how can this be? Like, how, they were saying, like, the 5-year-olds, like, how do I live in a world where my parents bring home the wrong baby? Like, I can't trust you people anymore, Yeah. And so it is. It's been sort of devastating to all of them. And the two families remained close, and during the height of COVID, they formed a pod. And they kept getting together, and that way at least the kids can see the former, the infant baby. And but yeah, I think they've been pretty traumatized. I mean, the dad in particular, he was really, like he said when the baby was born, that he backed away. Like it was like I was thinking of like Rosemary's Baby. Like he backed away.
Yes, he did.
Like an alien.
That's what he said. Now, see, I'll tell you this will be controversial. First of all, I'm glad they're getting together. I told these guys that's exactly what I'd do. I'd raise them to almost
in the TV movie version in Kelly's head.
Yeah, they stay friends, all that. I almost would even say
it's a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, and I would almost even say don't swap them. Just you raise that one.
What if one couple was open to swapping and the other one
wasn't?
No. Well, then what do you do?
I guess you can't do it if they're not open to it. But I would have.
Really?
But that's my baby.
Oh! I'm sorry. I thought you meant just getting together. Yeah, no. I think the courts would make
that kind of swapping.
Yeah.
Does your mind always go there?
Gross.
Does it always go there?
No, Daphne's going to be looking.
Sorry, Dave.
I'm not trying to start a foursome here.
Although maybe when Dave says swap, your mind goes.
I did. I apologize, Dave.
I'll come down to your level sometimes.
Oh, gee, I never thought about that.
No, that's not what I meant.
That's a trigger word for Dave.
That is. I'm sorry.
I mean,
That's
we
on
could have
me.
solved all this 9 months ago.
It's on me. Apology. If that had been the case, if one said we're not swapping, the courts would make them swap, wouldn't they, Lisa? Because of the
They would,
I
yeah.
thought so.
The courts tend to award based on the genetics of the child. So yeah, and they did it. I mean, these people were very thoughtful about it, and they had all these weekend encounters with each other where they would get together for like a play date or something, and they would sort of try to bond with their biological child rather than just up and completely abruptly taking it from one home to the other, because they were worried that wouldn't be good for the baby. So they did it gradually and let the baby get used to them.
Sounds like they're doing it right.
It does. Sounds like both of them. I'll tell you this. This will be controversial. When the dad was crying and all last night and saying he never bonded, I thought, you're laying it on a little thick for the cameras so that, I felt like he's wanting a bigger settlement out of it, like it really affected him more than it really did. Look, I'm a dad. Dave's a dad.
We never bonded.
Yeah, Lisa, you missed this earlier. Both of these two, we didn't bond with them when they were babies anyways.
When you see him hit a good golf shot or a baseball,
Right.
that's 7-8 years down the road.
It's a while.
Or cold beer at some point. When you give them their first beer and they're 11.
I think the moms, I think the moms bond with them more than
Good, the moms bond. But this is kind of a, which I'm not trying to show sympathy, but this is a business killer too. I mean, this company can't go on, can they? I mean, one mistake, doesn't that kill you?
Oh no, they'll go on. This is not the first time they've been sued for this. No, they had another.
What?
Yeah,
What kind of company is this?
they had another lawsuit similar to this. I think it was in 2016.
Jeez.
Oh my
We
word.
had another whoopsie.
Yeah.
Man, they must have some good money. They have money in the bank.
What is wrong
Or
with these
insurance.
people? Do they just drop them on the floor and go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Look, in their defense, they're very small. Okay, embryos are tiny.
5 second rule.
Yeah, that's what their lawyer should say. Have you ever seen how small these things are?
Have you seen sperm before?
Trying to pick this
Neither
stuff
have
up?
we.
You can't do that. Yeah, well, but I just thought, okay, he's laying on a little thick when I saw it.
He was, he was. I thought so too. Yeah, I thought he was a little over the top, and he it works. It kind of cuts against him a little bit because you can't. There's only so much like rejection of a baby anybody can do and get away with it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, most people say, well, we love the baby, but we want our biological baby.
Right.
Not like it was like he was acting like it was Satan's spawn. He was, the way he described it, like backing away from the OB, delivery table and bumping into the wall like it was going to jump out. And
He did say that. It was really weird.
Do we know?
That's what he says. He said it was like immediately taken back by it.
Do you think, Lisa, had the mix-up not been discovered until the kids were 10, 11, 12, do you think anyone, a judge might have said in the best interest of the children, they need to remain where they are?
Yeah.
That is supposed to be what carries the day, is best interest of the child, but almost exclusively judges will award based on genetics too. I mean, it's really, it's bizarre.
We had my children, in trying to bond with them in the first couple of days, laid on my naked chest. They do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Lisa, do I have a lawsuit? He tried to make me do that, too, when I first got this job.
Yes, you do.
To bond.
Yeah.
Part of the hiring
This
process.
first week.
For bonding in the first
Now,
week.
lay on my chest, my bare chest.
We need that. To get my scent, get my smell.
I wonder, but they're lucky both kids are healthy, yeah? I mean,
Both are.
what if one of the kids had an
grave
ailment
illness,
or
yeah.
disability? Would
Oh,
it
yeah.
would it have the same outcome? Would
still
they
think
want
they-
that kid?
I still think they would have to. They'd be forced by the courts.
They'd be forced to, but
Yeah, I do. I
maybe
think they
one
would
of them would
swap.
lay low. Who knows?
Well, that would be pretty bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa, thanks as always for your commentary. You got this one exactly right as always, and this company's going to pay through the nose, but it's not going to matter because the IVF is so prominent now and so chosen that they're going to keep on going in business. We appreciate it, Lisa Lanier.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too. That's our official attorney. She'll be back with us on Friday for Lawyer Up, LanierLawGroup.com if you need it. This is right down that same alley about looking like your kids. Reese Witherspoon was just giving an interview to In Style. Gayle King was interviewing her, and she says, I'm so embarrassed. It happens all the time. I'm constantly being mistaken for my 22-year-old daughter, Ava.
Humble brag.
The braggiest of the humble brags.
Big time.
Big time.
Well, now, I saw a picture, and she looks like a young Reese Witherspoon. Don't you think? She
Agree. I mean,
yeah.
I think they've been saying that ever since the little girl appeared.
I showed Chris Demm, and I said, now this one's Reese. And he's like, yeah, I know that.
Got it.
So then I always getting mixed up.
I said, she says all the time, she's like, people are always coming up saying
Latte for Reese? Oh, I'm sorry.
exactly. She says a lot of Ava's friends.
Miss, here's one for your mother. Oh.
Oh, no.
She says a lot of 22-year-old Ava's college friends will come over to the house, and when she opens the door, say, "Hey, Ava, should we go hang?" And Reese will have to say, "I'm sorry, this is Reese. I'm not Ava."
Don't tell your mom. We're going to the beach for a weekend.
Right. What? Exactly.
There's a movie. There's a crazy, wacky movie in there.
And she is the mom. Isn't that something?
That is.
It's something.
Some celebrity news here, too. Billy Joel has lost 50 pounds after having back surgery and going through the pandemic. He said he has lost 50 pounds, and he said it was not even intentional to start. He just was trying to eat right a little bit after his back surgery and couldn't really get up and do anything, so he wanted to make sure he ate right, and then he continued on with it. Now he's lost 50 pounds. He does look a lot better.
Was he in pain? I didn't know he had to have back surgery.
He was. He said he had bad lower back pain and had to have some sort of back surgery early this year. And he said, I had so much pain afterwards, I didn't even feel like eating. And then when I did, I thought, well, let me try to eat right so I can get back on my feet faster. And now, here we are 10 months later, and he's lost 50 pounds. That should have been our thing, Biggie. We should have hurt our backs.
I don't know if that's the way.
I mean,
it's not too late to get whiplash. I mean,
I know.
This calendar year is a wash.
Yeah, but we're...
Kicking the can, as they say.
Listen, if people don't know, we started the $1,000, 1,000-pound weight loss challenge 11 months ago.
The seed was germinated about a year ago.
Now we've decided, and this is how courageous we are. We're pushing forward into next year, the 2,000-pound, $2,000 weight loss.
Everything doubled.
Everything goes up.
Bam.
We're trying to lose more weight and give
higher
up
stakes.
Higher stakes.
That's right.
More money is what we're going to do.
If you love 2021.
Oh, you'll like this even better. It's going to be even better. Exactly. I saw this thing, too. This is about eating right, that more and more people, and I've heard of this once before with Thanksgiving coming up, are cooking in their dishwashers. They're steaming vegetables.
On.
No, I did.
It's like cooking on your car engine.
They say 1 in 6 people have cooked in their dishwashers. I just
One
read
in
that.
6?
1 in 6 have cooked in their
I
dishwasher.
feel like I've heard it before. Maybe it was an online trend a few years ago or
Is that
something.
what happened?
Maybe, but I feel like this is not new.
What's the temperature inside a dishwasher?
That's a good question.
Well, the drying's the hottest.
It's hot. Yeah.
Yeah, good. True. That's true.
But they say, in fact, you talk about not new. There was a clip with this article I was reading from the Tonight Show. Johnny Carson was interviewing Vincent Price in the early 80s. And Vincent Price was saying, I steam all my vegetables and steam fish in the dishwasher. We have the clip. This is from Johnny Carson's show.
What year?
1983.
It's right after Thriller.
With Vincent Price. Probably why I had him on. And they're talking about, I bet they were talking about cooking turkeys in the dishwasher. And Vincent Price said this.
Now, you put this in the oven? You don't put it in the oven. No, you don't. No, and I'll tell you what you do put it in. The dishwasher. We cooked exactly that meal in this dishwasher on the full cycle, mind you. Now, on the full cycle.
The water and...
Everything. Yeah, no rinse.
No rinse.
No, and no soap.
But the drying and
But
all
everything, the whole bit.
It was fish and steamed vegetables in aluminum foil. And he put it inside the dishwasher. And
What do you
cooked it.
know?
And now, all these years later, 1 in 6 people said, oh, yeah, I do that. That's nuts to me. I would never, ever think to do something like that.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, I remember at Thanksgiving, people were saying, do your turkey in the dishwasher.
No.
No way. I mean, who would
Remember,
think of
Kramer made a meal when he in his shower. Remember,
Yes,
he had a
yes,
garbage
he did.
disposal in his.
Yes,
He put a
in the
garbage
shower.
disposal put down in the
Your
drain.
buddy put a disposer in the shower.
That's right, because he would eat in the shower. He liked to take food in. And
He'd
cook it
wash
in.
his salad in there.
Make phone calls, watch TV.
Well, that's the way
Have
to
a
do it.
colander in there.
I don't know. Dave, I don't think you have done this yet, Dave, but Chris Demm had an interesting list. This is about entertainment, too. I guess it was BuzzFeed. Did the 50 worst movies in the last 20 years. Did you
I got that email. Yeah, I looked at it.
How many had you seen?
One.
Okay. Me too. Don't tell me which one.
Okay.
All right. So Chris Demm and I were sitting there, and Biggie was not here yet. And Chris Demm said, you get this list I sent. And I said, let me look at them. So Chris Demm started reading them out to me. I had also seen one. All right. I saw, and I agree with it, one of the 50 worst movies of the last 20 years, Sex and the City Part 2. Absolutely awful.
Never heard anything good about that movie, but I've not seen it.
It was terrible. Everything about it was
It
terrible.
wasn't in the city.
Right. Early it was. They took it out. It didn't matter where it was. Awful. And yes, they went to like Morocco or somewhere. So bad.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one you saw?
No.
Okay. Have you seen that?
No.
But you,
I heard other people say it was awful.
Yeah.
And
it was like
so I never saw
overseen.
it.
Terrible. Chris Demm, we kept going down the list. Chris Demm had seen 2, which gave me a point of pride. I've only seen 1. He saw he saw Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, which I was like, okay. And then he got to Piranha 3D. And Kristen goes, yeah, I saw Piranha 3D. So what?
Yeah, check it.
How did you see Piranha 3D?
It was the first 3D movie that I had ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so was that the challenge to go see a 3D movie?
I just wanted to see one, and it was appallingly bad.
Right.
There's gratuitous T and a little A.
So which one have you seen, Dave?
Piranha 3D.
Piranha 3D.
Are you kidding?
Okay.
We see
I'm
a
not
theme
kidding.
here.
You're not kidding. All right. So why did you see Piranha 3D?
Well, it was in college, and we were having a party, and it was me, and actually, I don't even think there was any girls. There was just about 4 or 5 other guys.
Yeah.
And we had a keg of beer from the night before.
And you watched Piranha 3D.
Well, a friend brought over a little sampling of some.
Marijuana?
No, it was.
Sorry, look where my mind goes. I am so sorry.
Sorry, that sounds like my life.
I'm sorry. I thought you were.
No, it was the one and only time on little tabs.
Oh, you dropped acid. Oh, you dropped some acid and watched Piranha 3D.
And we said, wouldn't it be neat to watch Piranha 3D? What have you got to lose?
Well, I think it's better.
$5 maybe.
I think it's
Now, I
best
grant you,
on
there was
acid.
no glasses, and the TV was an old tube TV. So I don't know what that meant.
But it gave a clear picture.
But I'll tell you what, those piranha, they fly.
Do
Yeah, they fly.
Do
In
that?
3D,
Or
they
did you-
fly.
Let me go to Christian.
No, they do.
Let's
No, they
confirm
really
that.
do.
Okay,
They
all
do.
right, they do.
They do fly. Finish the keg. There are like 6 of us because it makes you thirsty.
How'd you like the acid?
I've
I've never done that.
It's not my
drug.
gig. I did it
I've
one
never
time.
done that gig. Did you have visions and stuff?
Not really. We lit some incense and watched it for probably 45 minutes. What seemed like 45 minutes. Sitting on the floor in the hallway, me and my roommate, we just sat there and looked at it.
Wow.
And then you stay up, you don't go to sleep, and your sun comes up, and then all of a sudden, it's over.
It's over. That's it. You've okay.
And you're drunk.
And you So, Piranha 3D for Chris Demm and Dave.
Yeah.
Chris Demm's also seen Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice.
I'm 99% sure Biggie has seen that one.
Probably, yes. And Sex and the City 2 was mine. So I figured 1 or 2. Okay, I'd seen 1. Chris Demm's seen 2. You've seen 1. So I said to Biggie, if you get this list, Biggie said, yeah. I said, how many of these 50 movies have you seen? And Biggie says,
17.
Yeah.
constantly buying bad movies.
But that's not surprising.
Why do you do this?
That's kind of his thing.
Biggie watches anything. You could put 2 different colored flashlights in front of Biggie. He'll watch them for 30
you
minutes.
would be higher than the rest of us.
Oh, I
your
knew I'd
number?
be higher.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm going to say this. I think the average person, if they were honest, is in my range.
16, 17.
Because these movies are bad, but they've made buku money, a lot of them, at the box office.
Yes.
You know, some of them, like 50 Shades of Grey, made a fortune. That's
saw
on there.
that.
All the Twilight movies made tons of money.
Well, that's true.
These are the ones Biggie has seen. Sex and the City 2.
Saw it.
What was your review?
Oh, it was terrible.
It's
I mean,
so
when they
bad.
went, as soon as they went to Abu
Abu
Dhabi,
Dhabi,
I was
yeah.
like, forget it.
I said, God, Carrie.
But do you go see it on your own before you? I mean, because I heard people say, I might have heard Kelly say, it's awful, and it just drives me away. I had no desire.
I'll play it funny. I'll tell you the ones I've seen. I did not see that in the theater, though.
Oh, you saw it later.
Yeah, that was on HBO.
He's also seen The Last Airbender.
That was terrible. That was a
the
M. Night
previews.
Shyamalan.
The
Yeah.
preview stunk.
Big Mama, like father, like son.
That's Big Mama 3. Big Mama's out 3. Martin Lawrence.
Martin,
Martin.
Bad.
Real bad.
it's on the woman. Puts on the woman suit.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance.
That's Marvel, so it's a superhero movie.
Is that Nick Cage?
Yep, that was the second one. Bad.
I saw the first one.
Scary Movie 5.
I've seen every scary movie.
Bad.
Can't remember. I might have liked it.
Movie 43.
That was horrible.
What's that about?
That was one of those where it's like it was so bad. Supposed to be a comedy, but it was like movies within movies. It had tons of stars in it, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, terrible.
Holmes and Watson. That's Will Ferrell.
That was recent, and that is probably the worst movie I've seen in the last 5 years.
I've heard that movie really did not even have a script.
I can't. It's just it was sold sheerly on just the two of them.
50 Shades of Grey, you saw.
Did see that in the theater.
Opening night?
Yes.
I thought so.
You sent me.
I know. Hot.
That's right.
Should have
Not.
dropped. You should've-
Not hot.
The Ridiculous Six.
That is an Adam Sandler Netflix Western. It was the very first movie he did with his Netflix deal. Horrible. Again, all his normal characters in there, but
Sounds like a
bad.
spoof of the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah. Fantastic Four.
That was the one from, I'm assuming, a few years ago. They tried to reboot it. Again, terrible. Marvel.
Awful.
This is the one with Jessica Alba or not?
Yes. No, this is the later one. I think it's Miles Teller one.
Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Saw that in the theater.
Hated. Both of you.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it as much as some, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't great at all. Save Martha.
That's what you. That's kind of the whole story, is that you find out they both have moms, and that's why they stop fighting. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Twilight Eclipse, Breaking Dawn 1, and Breaking Dawn 2, all in the Twilight series.
Yep.
Good or bad? Bad.
I didn't hate those.
Yeah.
But there were 4 Twilights, right?
I guess the original Twilight didn't make the bad movie list.
Okay.
Grown Ups 2.
Yeah, that was terrible. Grown Ups.
Sandler?
Yep. Again, Sandler. I like Grown Ups, the first one.
The Mummy.
That was the Tom Cruise reboot.
Oh, Cruise, yeah.
Horrifically bad.
Charlie's Angels.
I don't know which one I'm assuming
The
they.
latest.
I think it's the Kristen Stewart.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, I forgot. So you can actually cross that off. I've not seen that.
Well, you have some taste.
All right. Yeah, because I saw the Cameron Diaz.
I thought they were counting that.
That's all
And
right.
I was
That's
like,
pretty good.
I thought that was good. Now
That's
the
all
second
right.
one was terrible.
I saw the first Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. You need to drop acid with Dave and go see some of these.
Hey, man, I was in college.